My childhood bedroom always carried the scent of vanilla candles and old wood. That December afternoon, it reeked of industrial bleach. I hadn't returned home in 18 months. University consumed my days. Internships filled my nights. But holiday nostalgia pulled me back. I craved one night in my familiar bed, wanted to touch those dust-covered metals, wondered what happened to my favorite bookshelf. "Stay out of there," Mom snapped when I asked. Her voice cracked like breaking glass. "We converted it to storage," Dad mumbled, avoiding my gaze completely. I should have accepted their explanation, smiled politely, retreated to the guest room like an obedient daughter. But their behavior screamed danger. Mom's coffee cup rattled against her trembling fingers. Dad obsessively checked door locks every 10 minutes. They navigated around that hallway like it contained explosives. They disappeared upstairs unusually early that evening. I counted 30 agonizing minutes before creeping down the corridor. My bare feet made no sound against the hardwood. The door bore a shiny new deadbolt. Strange. I jimmied it open using techniques learned from the same man who taught me to question everything. Ironic, really. The door swung open and reality shattered. Gone were my concert posters, floral curtains, antique furniture. Instead, a rusted folding chair sat beside a stained mattress. Heavy chains bolted to concrete walls. Boarded windows. A single fluorescent bulb dangled from the ceiling like a death sentence. 5 minutes later I dialed emergency services. 2 patrol officers arrived, took one horrified look, and summoned detectives. When questioned I claimed ignorance. But memories flooded back like poison. Age 8. Watching Dad obsessively lock the basement after dark. 12. Seeing him rip packages from Mom's hands while she sobbed silently. 16. Discovering bloodstains on laundry room tiles, accepting their meat packaging accident excuse. I desperately wanted to believe their lies. I needed to. But that room obliterated every fabricated story they'd ever fed me. They were arrested within hours. No resistance, no protests. Mom kept asking if I'd eaten dinner. Dad stared at me like I'd committed murder. Perhaps I had, metaphorically speaking. Evidence emerged rapidly. Fingerprints, DNA samples, hair follicles. The room hadn't been vacant long. Forensics revealed recent, sloppy cleaning attempts. Then came the files, photographs, detailed logs, burner phones hidden in Dad's workshop. Financial records, conversations, victim descriptions. They traffic human beings. Teenage girls primarily, some older, others younger. My childhood sanctuary served as their temporary prison before transfers. My soccer trophies were stored beside zip ties and sedatives in the garage. I didn't weep. I didn't rage. I became calculating, the kind of cold precision that understands screaming changes nothing, but strategy transforms everything. Their fatal error: maintaining records. Dad, the meticulous accountant, documented everything obsessively. Dates, payments, locations, contacts. He believed his organization made him untouchable. I copied his spreadsheets, every transaction, every name. When defense attorneys attempted plea bargains, I anonymously leaked everything to journalists, victim advocacy groups, anyone who'd amplify the truth. I cared nothing about courtroom theatrics. I cared about destroying their entire network. During testimony, I wore my university sweatshirt deliberately. Mom refused eye contact. Dad smiled confidently, believing he still held cards to play. I placed my hand on the Bible, swore my oath, and incinerated every family bond with one devastating statement. My parents are professional predators, and I possess irrefutable proof. The aftermath was nuclear. Bank accounts frozen, assets seized, property forfeited. I watched investigators catalog evidence while neighbors spray-painted "Monsters live here" across our garage. I didn't intervene. Survivors began speaking. 18 victims total. 16 women, 2 boys. One attended my high school. She remembered the vanilla candle scent. Remembered screaming for help while Mom delivered water but offered no rescue. That survivor didn't regard me with hatred. She looked at me like I held her lifeline. so I never stopped fighting. I established a foundation using liquidated family assets. Their blood money funded healing, shelters, legal representation, counseling services. I transformed their victims' stolen time into hope. Do I feel guilty? Sometimes. Not for exposing them, but for missing earlier warning signs. For calling a house built on nightmares home for 18 years. People ask what haunts me most. Not the room. Not the trial. It's Dad's expression when the judge announced life imprisonment. He glared at me like I'd betrayed him, like I was the villain in his story. But he taught me something valuable once. Numbers never lie, Emma. Always follow the data. He was absolutely right. And those numbers led me straight to justice. No, I don't regret opening that door. Some secrets deserve to burn.